Meeting in order. Again with roll call.
Vern Bowman,
Here.
Tom Oakenfoos,
Here.
Phil Lloyd,
Here.
Ryan Barron,
Here.
and we have a quorum.
We need approval of the agenda.
Yes.
Okay. I guess the first item is approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor and second for the approval of agenda it is. So all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you. Okay, minutes of last meeting, everybody get a chance to look at them.
I didn't see any trouble.
This is, I got two things there. I thought I'd talk about 2002, whether we do have, we approve it or not approve it.
You're gonna ask. You're gonna ask Kathy.
Well, I just thought I'd talk about
Wait until after we approve it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, motion on the floor, second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. On the, what we approved there, we talked about a little bit about, where Oki had asked, if the city could help us sometime down there at the pump station. I guess we can have, like we have had in the past, and some of the employees can help out, like when we close the structures, when we close the floodgates, we always have the city.
The city guys do that anyway.
Yeah.
Well, in Norm.
And Norm, and the
Norm
city guys.
And it doesn't leak when Norm does it. So,
Yeah.
So I think the question was how much involvement you wanted from Alliance. Those are contractors for public works. So if it goes beyond the flood walls or emergency situations, which they came up with the backhoe the last time, is that if you want more than that, then we need to sit down and talk to Alliance and see what they're willing to do. Because otherwise, they just get a base payment from us every month for the work they do for water, sewer, street, and parks.
Okay. Okay, and there'd be a little bit to do on the gates up there as far as some of the bottom, beam. There's some silt on and needs to be cleaned off, and maybe some of that somewhere next 5 or 10 years, we need to put a little paint on it, clean it up, paint it.
yeah,
So we got a little,
I've cleaned them out a couple times.
yeah.
That sucker truck thing they got would be so nice.
That really works
We're
good.
done.
When they,
You could do it in a few minutes.
when that manhole that was, that railroad, filled in some, they, filled in some, knocked the manhole off and filled a bunch of gravel in there. That super sucker really
Did the
took it out of there
Quick.
quick. And,
So the equipment is the city's. The city doesn't mind helping out with stuff like that. It's just alliances is who the laborers are for it.
yeah, and maybe there would be times we could use them at the intake a little bit, but not, it's been working. And, but it's up.
Well, sometimes Dennis and Corey are very helpful. They'll come down and empty the rag box sometimes. My little tractor was broke down. I had no choice. And I was either gonna have to call you guys or the, Harry Gay, and the city was happened to be there, and I said, hey, could you come down and empty that box? Well, anytime, you know, and they did, and it worked really good.
Yeah, anytime there's an emergency
I got a
situation, we're
plan
there.
for Norm in the
Yeah,
middle of the
we'll
night, I'm gonna just put mine over there and we'll have it. And you can use it, you know. My big one.
Yeah,
That's my game plan. If we get a flood, we're gonna have something.
well, with it,
Well, yeah, we picked up a
I don't know.
backhoe too that will be available if for emergencies too, if you need it.
Gotta do something, I know that.
So
When
we
you
got
need
some
it, you need
options that have changed more recently here.
And if you got some maintenance items, you know, it depends on how much it is again. We can help out with that. It's just what you need and plan out so we can put it in with the rest of our schedule.
Yeah.
Very good.
yeah. Okay, that's fine, so, okay, the motion passed. So, The treasurer's report, Sue.
The current bills I have is from our auditor, BT Electric, Vern Bowman Contracting, Equipment Pro, and then Tom's bill. You didn't have anything, did you?
No, I've been busy. I haven't got nothing put together.
I'll hold it down. Bruce Electrical, Bruce Terry. Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a report on what I had in there.
Okay, I'll be good. Oh, there's two different bills here.
If it's down, it's going back to you. How's that?
Mhm.
If it's fixed, now it's going back to you.
You two at a time.
That's fine.
Here's only two. Terry.
That all was Bruce's, that's the same one?
No,
No,
two,
they're
there's
all-
two of them.
Okay, three.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, here, yeah.
Looks like a rock ticket.
Wait, there's two that are the
Okay, we
same.
got the bill for
Is there? I
equipment.
might
Yeah,
have
there's,
twice.
their invoice number's the same, so.
Okay.
So these two are the same. They had one that they came and troubleshot it and then came back and fixed it.
Equipment Pro, yeah, it was around 10, 11, something like that, original.
Yeah.
And then they had, they did that, what was it? They needed authorization on something.
It was, the estimate was, their quote was $10,927.54.
And then they came back with additional stuff.
Yeah.
Need to go back
On here, so,
Then they added like an additional 8,600 to it.
so, yes,
I didn't.
I'm trying to remember what that was.
Okay,
These two too.
Do you want these?
Yes,
These
please.
are the estimates.
Oh, okay, bro,
I
okay.
don't have the bill yet.
You don't have the bill from them?
yeah,
I
they
mean,
got it, it's here.
over here somewhere.
Okay.
This one for BT?
There's the bill, and then
Equipment pro.
Oh,
That's,
Tom's
I
got it.
was reading over it, I'll pass it on here.
Yeah, Norman didn't see it. On the BT,
Right there, 85,000.
so, yeah, that second, one that they needed approval on was cord grips and, the stainless steel chain. Let's see. We need, cord grips, 5/16 stainless steel chain for holding from the pump head to the top, to the lid, so the cables can be wrapped around it, so there's no cable whip when the pumps are turned on. And then the links. I think that was, yeah, that was all just, what we were missing that Vander left off last time when they put it in, because they didn't put a cable in.
Might have heard the labor differently.
So we had web
So there's a labor for pump repair and a labor
pumps
for
turned on.
Yeah, it should be,
municipalities.
oh, well, okay, yeah.
Do you know what the two different labor codes are on the Equipment Pro bill?
Labor cells, municipalities.
There's labor for pump repair and then labor for municipalities. Both 60 hours.
Yeah, I see that.
60 hours.
I just never seen that before. I was curious if anybody knew what it was.
It's about 7,000 more than what they had actually, thought.
Yeah, it's a different, code than on the original.
Like 13,000.
Here, labor, pump repair, and then labor here.
They got labor cells PR on the pump repair, labor cells, pump repair, and then, labor cells. I don't know what the,
That's 13 grand of that.
it's an extra
I mean, I'm not
$20.
saying it doesn't take it.
Yeah, I
I
don't know, I
just
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's an extra $20 an hour
Yeah.
between the two different labor
That's what I'm,
things.
yeah. I mean, I'm
So I
not
do not
saying
know.
it's not right. I just don't know. I've never seen it
Yeah, I don't know.
like that, so.
We still gotta put the pump back in,
Yeah,
and that's not.
That's
No, that's
not
not-
on here yet.
Yeah.
Was that still?
That's still, I mean, if this was through Vander, we'd be
Oh, I
$80,000
know.
or more.
I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just, like I said, didn't know why there was two different rates and
Yeah,
why.
something we could ask.
Yeah, I mean, just to get clarity, but otherwise, I think we got a heck of a deal compared to.
These two are
what
the
we've been
same, so
And I don't know if that, maybe
Yeah.
that's the same.
taking it out and getting it set up in the shop and then the shop rate.
So we only have the two bills.
Right.
Okay, that's a
There's
good
also
idea.
60.
What,
I never know
let
that.
me look at it.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of odd that it would be the same.
You would think installation and
Yeah, I got that in
all
email
that would be sort of separate.
for the Equipment Pro.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, our installation.
what was the big difference? It's a little hard to,
In wording,
Um,
thing.
It's something to ask, so we know.
Yeah, I mean, just so. we
Trying to
understand.
remember what the,
I mean, that's right where they quoted it at, you know, it's gonna be roughly 20 grand, you know.
well,
I'm not
we
saying
will
that's
have,
wrong.
I don't-
the ones to install it yet, will they not?
I don't know if
the only,
that's probably gonna get another bill, don't you think?
Oh,
the labor,
I
yeah,
would think.
they'll get another bill to
Yeah,
install.
for install it.
Yeah. We'll have the cost of the crane and then the cost of them coming back out to install, in addition to this bill. I talked to him last week. I talked to Bill directly.
Vernon and I was up here too.
The last I heard that they still had to paint it. And they were going, the day I stopped in there, it was really nice. And so they were going to try and get it painted that day. I guess they have to do it outside. I think that's what the holdup is,
Oh,
is
really?
getting it painted.
Okay.
Because, I ain't heard nothing from Bill since then. Because he's supposed to call me as soon as it's ready so that I can start coordinating with everybody, getting everything lined up. And I ain't heard back from him since I talked to him personally.
Yeah.
And that additional is just, like I said, it was additional material they needed for being able to put it back in correctly. The cable clamps and the chain and what have you. I think I just passed you the bill back. I don't remember what it was. But I don't know what that extra 20, that labor code is. I don't know what the difference between the two
Yeah.
are.
we were up
I
there.
mean, I can ask them about it.
Well, just for clarity reasons, so we understand what the bill
They had a little
means.
bit more to paint. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I said.
We're not disputing it, we just, you know,
Maybe
look different.
yeah.
Monday was pretty, maybe they painted it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then back said it was completely,
Yeah, they called me over this extra one, this 8,000 one. And now they needed an authorization. And I talked to Sue. And let her know about it. I didn't want to hold it up, so I approved that extra work. I think I talked to one of those board members, I don't remember. Just when was that? Well, it was back in December, wasn't it?
I am.
But they needed this, they had the pump done, and they needed this stuff to finalize it,
I
of the
think
painting.
you said something to me, Norm.
I
Yeah,
remember I
I
said
remember
something
you
to
saying
two
something.
board
I
members.
said, no, let's get it done right and get it done.
Yeah.
So that's the difference on that, but I don't know that's the first time I've seen two different labor
Written contract on.
codes.
Yeah.
Their original bid was,
Yeah,
okay, that's.
we've got them, or yeah.
And one's just pump repair,
It was like 8,
it's
almost
$100 each hour. And the other one's municipalities, I guess because we're a municipality, we get charged more.
I have no idea.
About
I
that.
don't know, I can find out.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said,
Well,
for,
I'll call them tomorrow.
And maybe one is for shop, in shop, you know.
Could be. Could be, I've got two different rates if I'm doing work in the shop versus out in
Or
the
if
field.
you're out in the weather.
Yeah. So it could be, that could be, I'll find out tomorrow. I'll give them a call. It's a simple phone call. I can find out what the difference is. But I'm sure they're just gonna tell me it's just, maybe they raised the rates
Very
between
possible.
when they started.
From one year to
Yeah.
the next.
Yeah, I
I
did.
mean, it was over. Right,
Since
yeah.
2020, I've been raising my rates.
Okay, so it did it on both of them,
So,
so I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah.
so that could just be it. It's just maybe a labor rate change.
well, just weird
I
coding.
did, well,
Yeah.
That's why it didn't make sense.
No wage.
I gotta ask something. Did we did Brad and them send us a bill? Yeah,
I don't know.
did we get a bill from Bowman's?
Yes.
I didn't see it come by here, that's fine.
We just got the rock.
No, just a rock bill.
Yeah, just a rock bill.
And then,
Well, maybe you got my rock bill and you can just pay that for me.
well, it says Norm on it. It really does, but,
Did you have the
No,
one
I-
rock delivered?
I had a
We
load rock
paid. It was
there
the
delivered
one-
to my shop.
I had
No,
it
but
in
did we have a load
and
down?
we didn't have a meeting, and
Uh,
I
yeah.
emailed it to you guys for approval, and I think I heard back from Phil. He said, okay.
I told him to send it all in, he was gonna do half and half, and I said, just send the whole bill,
Yeah.
that was an emergency, had to be done.
Yeah, they brought some rock down when they were, cleaning out down there.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine that's what
That's
that's,
probably. what
Well,
it is.
it says 2 inch, but we got, I don't think that's 2 inch, but it's nice, clean rock. They dumped piles there.
yeah.
And maybe they use that for that ramp.
They poured some down,
To get in and out.
they poured some down the ramp.
There's of course went in
Yeah.
there, cause getting up the ramp. but
They were having a hard time, that's sinking and everything. I told them, you need to bring some heavy stone in there.
Yeah.
And
It's it's got a good ramp now.
Yeah.
I used it yesterday.
Any further discussion on the invoices?
I make a motion, we pay the bills as
I'll
presented.
second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Third report, Sue? Oh, that's it. We're on the superintendent report.
Not a whole lot to talk about, just, updates. We already covered most of it with Equipment Pro. With the bills with, Bruce, you had called me, I don't even remember when it was. I guess it was around December, first part of January, whatever. But anyway, the rake wasn't working. So I sent Bruce down there to figure that out. It was a disconnect box there that powers the rake. It was shot, it was obsolete. He could get one, but it was like twice the, it was like $6,000 or $7,000 or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but he found a cheaper, not as bulletproof as what was there. That would work. The same as we got on the outside of the pump station, just a standard outside disconnect box. And it was a fraction of the cost, half the cost of what the other one was. And I told him that, well, we needed. So he did that, and then you went down after the ice storm, and then it quit working.
Yeah.
And so I sent him back down there to troubleshoot that, and it turned out to be one of the fuses. And that he did get me some extra fuses to be able to put in there if we ever blow one in the middle of the night. I've got them there. So they're just inside. You have to open the panel up, and it's right there in the bottom of the tray in the
I know
panel.
where it's all
I
at.
know where it's all at.
Yeah, it's all right there.
That's why it wouldn't work today.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
try to use it.
And I told him to, that light on the front of the rake, I told him, I said, I've looked everywhere, I can't find a light like that. I said, just put an LED light up there. So he's supposed to be doing that. Unless it was on the bill, we may be getting another bill for the LED light on the front of that rake.
Okay, well, we need that light.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially at night.
Could,
And then I'll call Equipment Pro tomorrow to get a clarification on that labor.
yeah, that's what it is. Why they're two different.
Yeah, labor rate, two different labor codes, and the price difference on them labor codes. So I'll get a clarification on that tomorrow. And like I said, last I talked to Bill just a week and a half ago, whatever it was. They were just waiting to get it painted, and then that was it. It was ready to go. It just needed to be painted. So other than that, I don't really have anything else to report.
Well, we got to install it here shortly, so that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime. Norm, do you know on the channel on the north side, there's a cable coming down and that back from it's actually even behind the ballots where the ballot sits down. Is that
In
cable
that
that's
inset,
huge?
in that inset
It's
wall.
set in that inset,
Yes,
is that
that
the
is a
thing for the sound?
transponder. It's a transponder
And
or a transducer. It's a
I
transducer.
guess a log or something
It
pulled
needs
it
to be
down off.
replaced.
Is there any way else can they put that up high and just shoot down?
Well, I need to, who did that electronic eye that we had on the discharge side? I think that was Nagger. Which Nagger was that?
Nathan Nagger,
Nathan.
I need to get a hold of him
Mid-States Electric.
because the intake transducer is off. It's damaged, and so it's leaving a code on the inside of the control panels. So I need to have that replaced, either replaced or we look at the option of if we can do electronic like the one on the outside or the discharge. However, it's not as accurate as the one that goes in the water.
Okay.
Every now and then I have to monkey with the PLC to
I know just
change.
manually to go down there and try to read that chart,
Yeah.
you can't hardly do it safely. You gotta almost get out on that cockpit.
Oh yeah. There's no real safe way to read that from the inside or from the top
So
of the.
that's one thing we need fixed. And what about your, how's your computer doing? You said it's older than dirt.
It is older than dirt and
You said
slow.
it's older than happy.
Yeah. I think it's older than everybody in here.
Maybe not.
maybe not.
Well,
Does that need to be updated?
It does,
Need to be updated?
and-
I think 20,
Yeah,
I don't know how
we
old
need
it
to
is, but-
really,
we had that set up and the guy was supposed to come and then he was delayed or he had messaged me that early that morning that he wasn't going to make it. He was delayed and I was working out of town and things got all fouled up because then he ended up showing up that day but I was out of town, didn't have any cell phone signal, so I didn't even get the phone and the message until late that night. So it's just a matter of rescheduling with them to come down and figure out exactly what we need and get a price. And
Okay.
I still have all the information. I just,
Will that get you your, that beep, 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 every time you go in there, that's all you hear?
that's
That's the battery backup.
yes, that is
Can, if we get a system, a new computer and that, can we? get a new
I
backup?
just bypassed
Up to
that
date?
I just bypassed that UPC for now, because that was annoying.
Yeah,
And we never had it before. Bob Eck is the one that
when Bob was on.
started that.
board.
And it is nice when we're switching power, so that everything don't go dead, but he didn't get a big enough one. And I'm still researching to find the best one out there that will handle, because you're down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And the
Unless you
computers
do
are all
like I
like
did, get to turn it off.
yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. But what that UPC is for, so that when we're switching between commercial and generator, is that when the computer is on, we don't lose what's on the screen. And because it takes a long time for the computer to fire back up when you have to restart it.
Get it.
Yeah.
So it's something that we eventually need to.
It's probably an important piece to have, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that if we're gonna update the computer, we ought to just do it all.
You need it, you need it, you know.
And they, the computer people may know instantly, like, this is the type of UPC you need for X amount of time you're gonna be down
Yeah.
switching.
Yeah.
But that got, during these little pop-up floods and stuff, that gets cycled a lot between commercial and generator. At least once a day, or twice a day it gets cycled. So it's a hard hit on that UPC.
Yeah.
So, we need something better than what we had.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have anything else.
The camera's working good,
Oh,
aren't
cameras are great. That doesn't drive me nuts sometimes.
they? I wave at you when I go by, Norm.
I get videos.
All right. Anything under old business, which I guess about what we got is the installation of the new pump.
Installation of the new
Test
pump.
run it,
Yeah.
and we'll do that. We talked about a crane a little bit. We need to get with them.
Yeah.
And
I
we need a
told-
break in the weather.
I told them, we need a week's notice, for them to get the crane lined up, and then transportation, for the hauling from there to here. So it's just a matter of, as soon as they get back with me that they're ready, then I'll start coordinating.
Okay. Yeah. And one other thing, we got a little cleaning out to do yet in there. You did that?
It's all done.
All done? Okay, I didn't get down there.
We have it looks like a gravel creek there. It's all just beautiful gravel all the way down, running into the water. And it's sticking over.
Well, good.
Good.
We had a real good day yesterday.
Stop log lower now.
And, the ballards are all lowered.
Okay,
All
great.
3 of them.
Yeah.
But the center gates the bottom gates are still out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a
Which is
good
fine.
thing with
That's
that,
fine.
with them stop logs in there,
Yeah.
we're good.
We're good, even this next storm water
Yeah.
coming. The
Yeah.
river's still falling, supposed to fall. So
Yeah.
in about a week, it'll be down.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ronnie. Did you turn some time in?
Huh?
Did you turn a few hours
No,
in? Sue, he needs a couple hours. He was there 2 hours yesterday, helped me, couldn't have done it without him, I needed somebody,
Then you'd call, but out of that pocket too.
so that's up to him.
I did speak to an engineer today and sent him pictures in the salt free, so, seeing pictures of this thing to see if, and his thoughts were, he's gonna draw me something up, so I'll try to get here to the next meeting. Put something on both ends, a structure, both ends of those walls, and using a trolley system with an electric winch on it,
Yeah.
to where you would,
What we had talked about.
yeah, you would have to
Yeah, that's-
pull it back and forth.
That's what I had suggested a
Yeah,
long
you,
time ago.
yeah, you'd have to pull it back and forth, but it's like, you know, with a rope or something like that, but it'd be on trolley
Yeah,
and it would center itself up on the weight, so.
and is that for, what are your, for lifting it,
lifting the ballast.
lifting the,
Yeah, just
Up and
lifting
down.
the ballast?
Yeah, I think it'd be
Yeah.
minimal cost. The only thing, it'd probably be, had to be aluminum type beam
Yeah,
for the rust issue.
yeah,
But, you could pull
You
that
can go
winch
galvanized.
over, cover it and keep it, weatherproofed.
yeah, you can go aluminum or galvanized on that for the weather. In fact, I think most everything down there is galvanized or stainless steel.
So
Yeah.
those things, I told him they weighed about 1,500 pounds, is that about right?
I would say at least that much, especially when they're wet.
If they're buoyant, they'll float, but they're also, if they've been there for 20-some years, so if they got any
water in them.
water in them, they're gonna be heavy.
They're gonna be pushing two
Condensation.
ton or better.
I don't know.
I don't know, it's probably some foam of some kind, something buoyant.
Yeah.
And basically that would just be for that center one, that would be the heaviest point on a stretched beam like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah. Then that boom truck just picked it up like nothing.
Right.
didn't it?
Okay.
Well, if, on something like that, you know, they can anchor on the other side of the wall,
Service truck.
and then you've got two additional walls in between. They,
No, it's clean.
they can come off like a, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but you can have the beam underneath, like an A-frame, and the beam underneath so that you've got support every 14 feet.
Yeah, he was basically looking at making a crown for the ends,
Yeah,
bolting it on each side,
yeah,
on the end, and a support on the back side of it.
yeah,
Basically just, you know, for the
Yeah.
support of it.
sure.
And
But that's,
one on
that's
each end.
like 40, I think it's 41 or 42 feet across from outside to outside. So that's why initially when I was looking at putting an auto crane or something out there on them center on them center, divider walls,
Center field.
putting like an A-frame on them center walls so the beam can run underneath for running a trolley with electric winch or whatever underneath to lift up the stop logs. That'd give you full support, maximum capacity on any one of them.
Right.
But I'm not an engineer.
Well, you know, for something like that, you need a pretty good sized turret to take and keep that thing stable, to bolt that to and everything.
Yeah.
So that would be,
Yeah, they're gonna have to stabilize it on both ends, but, rather than just one center beam going clear across, you'd have overkill. You'd have a lot of overkill if you gotta go with a super heavy beam all the way across.
You'd be better putting
Better off
column
putting
on each one.
braces on each
Run it
wall.
up and then have your beam where you can run your trolley underneath it.
Yeah, cause you can run a 6-inch beam.
Put a T on it and put
Yeah.
your beam here.
You can run a 6-inch aluminum or galvanized beam across that length with them braces across each wall. And then you got maximum lift all the way across. Just my thoughts.
Is there a drawing on it? What-
I can draw something up. I mean,
You kind of.
I'd build stuff all the time.
I'll take and,
Had somebody draw it up.
yeah, I'll have him draw it up, but, he's got an idea, so I'm just gonna go with his idea
Okay.
on it. I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, he had talked.
Kind of draw something too and
Yeah, he had talked and he's wanted, came up with this solution. It's like, I'll let him run with what he's got and draw it up and bring it in and see what everybody thinks.
I think that's a good idea, just,
Because I got-
just for when we need to pick them things, it's not safe the way we do it. Just ain't
No,
safe.
it was shit. That ain't worth a shit.
No. Well, you know, we got no steel post on the outer ends of them walls. So you can put a safety line across there and snap in when you have to walk out there. It don't bother me, but it's a major violation,
Yeah,
a safety violation. But we need something. If we have to walk out there, we need something. But I mean, like I said,
Well,
it doesn't bother me one bit. I walk top plates and everything else all the time unharnessed.
Yeah,
That's me.
that's sort of problem.
Yeah, but we don't want to take a chance and
Yeah.
have an accident and then we'll really regret it.
Well, worst case, we could buy a couple of retractables and just fasten off there.
I think that's, where you need to get that fixed. Right now, get 2 retractables.
Okay.
We want where we don't have to go out there.
Well, yeah, it would be nice if we don't have to go out.
We
Until
need a
we see it.
retractable.
Yeah, I mean,
Fall, you got something.
we're still presented with the issue, we need an aluminum ladder or something to be able to put down the wall, to be able to climb down there, to be able to hook them ballasts.
Mhm.
And then, you know, the rail, the track across the top, that's great. It's a great improvement over what we got.
Yeah,
But we still have to get down there to hook it up. So we really need an aluminum ladder.
yeah, that's still gonna be an issue
Yeah.
doing what you're saying.
If we got pulleys, couldn't we have something that could hang down there and stay hooked up? And then just, when you need to pull it up, you just crank it up.
Well, you really need a
Still
spreader
got-
bar.
you
To
got-
get them even picked, you really need a spreader bar like I use. I use a
Right.
spreader bar
Well,
and
a
the
shaft
two
across,
chains and the pickup.
a shaft across with double pulley.
Yeah.
And then when you turn that shaft, it would call it back up.
Like a
call it
garage
down,
door.
and you wouldn't have to hook and unhook.
Yeah.
Leave it hooked up.
Yeah.
That would stay in them channels if you put a cable on it.
Well, see what it
You
come
had
up-
Some kind of rigging where it would pick even.
No.
See what it comes
Yeah,
up
you
with.
could do that.
Get some input in it.
No, the only thing that I see about that is with the one that goes up and down, like a garage door, you know, and it's one of them, 1 in 1,000 possibilities, if something gets bound up. That'd be the only, yeah. Cause them do get bound up once in
Yeah,
a
and
while.
then you
Well,
break a
if
cable.
it's up above it at the very top, no chance of any debris getting in it of any kind, and they just call it and
Sure,
recall it.
yeah.
So, it, we just
Well,
designed.
I think-
for it.
That's more things to do on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna complicate the design of it. Going that route, I think it's gonna add more complication to it. And it may not work exactly with what you came up with, and same thing similar to what I came up with, before. Across there was a winch hanging on a trolley. You can move it across the other one service all of them. Because once you get it up, you still have to walk out there to chain it up. So we're still gonna need retractables or something to hook to the gate,
Or the catwalk.
the catwalk, yeah. I don't know, you could brainstorm it from now until doomsday.
Right.
It's just
There's still
simple is
manual
best.
Stuff you're gonna have to do.
Simple is best, and that's
Yeah.
all I really got to say about it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's less things that can hang up. Or cause
Basically,
problems.
all I'm trying to do is eliminate needing help doing it. You know,
Well, you're still always gonna need some sort of help.
Yeah.
That's,
And really, if
that's,
you're out on the
that's a
walls,
two-
you ought to have two.
that's a
people there.
two-person
No, I'm
job, no matter
talking
what.
about people, man, people,
Yeah.
people, I'm talking about.
That's a two-person job, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what we.
safety wise.
We did it with 3, and I was on the bottom.
Yeah.
And once I had it cleaned out, the water was only this deep.
Yeah.
I had boots on, it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's low, it's no problem going out there, just walking out there and hooking up the floats or the stop logs and lifting it up. But when we got water in there, we need to get them lifted up to get a log that's pushed through underneath. Then you gotta get down in the well, which a person should have a life vest on when they get in there. And then, at least one other person there.
Yeah.
So that's why I say aluminum ladder to be able to hook off the side, like a looped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aluminum would be lighter and easier to get in and out. And then you just lay it off the side into the building there.
I think I got a 28-foot extension ladder.
That would work because it's only 24 to the bottom.
Okay.
So,
Let me
and
measure
if
that
it needs
up.
hooks, I can do that in the shop. I can make the hooks for to where it fastens over the wall. Because I've got something in the shop that I'm working on now to, kind of like a mobile crane, just off of the trailer to where I can reach over it, and it's got an electric winch and grapple on the end to where I can reach down in there and pull logs out. I'm tired of dealing, I'm tired of struggling. So if I'm going to take it up on my own self to eliminate that.
All right, anything else on our new business?
No, just that I wanted to say the intake area, it's full,
Yes,
and the ballots are down.
and the river's supposed to go back down to
Yeah.
about 2 feet in about
Yeah.
a week. That's a good thing. All right? Anything, anybody got anything else?
I did burn the pile on the north side. It burnt up really
Yeah,
good.
I did.
I had Jimmy move that shaker screen,
Yeah,
and if we don't get too much snow, I'm gonna burn that next pile.
yeah. Don't worry, put the belt on
I didn't wanna burn that thing up, so I kind of stayed away until he moved it.
it. Yeah. Okay. I don't guess we have anything for public participation. I don't think we got anything. Well, I don't have anything else, so I'll entertain.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor in a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Ayes have it. Thank you, everyone.